Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have decided to film this really green holiday inspired look, and I also did this video in collaboration with another YouTuber that I went to high school with. Here is the look that she came up with. Her name is Trisha, and I'll be sure to link her YouTube channel and the video down below, and we'll get right into the tutorial. So I've already done my brows off camera, and first I'm going to start by priming my face using NYX's Soft Focus Primer. And this is just something to fill in my pores, and I actually really like it. So I'm just dabbing this into my pores to fill them, and then I'm going to set it with my Sephora Micro Smooth Face Powder. Have that primer set, I'm going to prime my eyes using Wet n Wild's concealers. I think these are in the shade medium, light, and deep tawny or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I actually really like these concealers, and I let them dry down a bit to get a little tacky, just to give me a little more coverage. And now I'm going to set that concealer using this Airspun loose face powder in the color Translucent. And now onto the shadow. So I'm taking Juvia's Place, the Nubian palette, and I'm going to go into that really orange kind of cream color. I'm going to use that as my first transition shade. And I'm going to another Juvia's Place palette. This is the Magic palette, and I took the shade Nana or Nana, I don't know how you pronounce it, but I'm placing that right over top of that first color we used. And then going right back into it to further deepen my crease, I'm taking that same Juvia's Place palette, and this is the shade Zakia. I'm going to place that right over top of the last two shades just to further build the intensity of my crease. And then I'm going to go back into that Juvia's Place palette, and I'm going to take the shade Koji. I hope I'm pronouncing these right. I don't really know, but I'm just making this a little more warmer, more warm. And so now I'm going to go into my Tartelette and Bloom palette to further deepen the crease, and I'm going to take the shade Leader. And this is a really pretty brown shade. So yeah, I'm just taking that to deepen the crease. And to further carve out my crease, I'm going to go back into that same Tarte palette, and this is the shade Activist. And this is just going to further deepen the crease. And I'm taking that really dark color on this BH Cosmetics pencil brush just to get a more precise and defined crease. And I'm just blending all those colors together using this clean blending brush from Morphe. And now I'm going to clean up my crease using this True Fit concealer. Once I have my lid cleaned, I'm going to set that concealer with whatever is left from that translucent powder that I used earlier. And now I'm just going back in with that pencil brush and defining the crease some more. Y'all, excuse my ashy hand. I don't know what I was thinking about, but I'm going back into that Tartelette and Bloom palette, and I'm taking the shade Leader, and I'm just going to pack that color into my outer V in preparation for the other colors that I'm going to be using. So I'm going back into the Magic palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to take the shade Buzo. I don't know, I feel like I'm butchering these names, but I wet my flat concealer brush before I applied the shadow just to make it pop and to look a little more vibrant. And so now I'm placing that right next to that Leader shade. And now I'm just going back in and blending over top of both shades to make sure that they seamlessly blend into one another. And now I'm going back into that Juvia's Place palette, the Magic palette, and I'm going to take the shade Kessie, and I'm going to set the rest of that lid that I didn't put anything on. And then once I have set that eyeshadow down, I'm going to go and blend over the green and that cream color just to make sure that they blend into one another and you can't tell where one ends and where the other begins. I also decided to rub ColourPop's Millionaire Super Shock Shadow right over top of that green. I didn't really like it, but I just left it because I wasn't about to start over. And I also applied this gold liner over my crease, and now I'm just applying some mascara in preparation for my lashes, and I'm just using these wispy lashes from Cherry Blossom. So now we're on to complexion. So I'm taking the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Concealer or whatever it is, and this is in the color I think it's 34 Deep, and I'm just highlighting all or concealing all of the high points of my face. So under my eyes, the chin, Cupid's bow, the forehead, and down the bridge of the nose. I also pulled that concealer on the sides of my nose just to do a little bit of reverse contouring, even though I'm still going to contour my nose. But yeah, I just did a little bit of reverse contouring, and now I'm using this Ulta Beauty Sponge just to blend out all of that concealer. And I actually really like this concealer as well. At first, I wasn't a fan because it burnt. It was like burning my face. I don't know why, but it doesn't burn anymore. So I started using it again, and I really, really, really like it. Now going back in with that Wet n Wild concealer, the lighter shade that I used earlier to prime my eyes. And now I'm just highlighting the high points of my face, the same areas that I concealed before. And this is just going to add a little bit of a pick-me-up or a boost and make everything appear much brighter. And now I'm going to take my Black Radiance concealer stick and I'm going to contour my nose, my Cupid's bow, and under my lip. I don't really like to contour my nose. I really have to be in the mood for it because I feel like it just takes too much time to blend it out. And sometimes you don't blend it out all the way and it just looks like a muddy mess. But today I was feeling like contouring, so I contoured my nose and I actually really like the way it came out. So yeah, A+ for effort because it took me a while to blend that stuff out. It took me a long time. But anyway. So now I'm going to set that concealer using Maybelline's Fit Me powder in the shade 30. I think it's 30 Deep. And I'm just placing that everywhere that I use concealer. And I'm also using the same sponge that I blended in my concealer with. And I actually really like applying powder with a damp sponge because I feel like it just seeps into the skin or seeps into the primer really well. We don't want makeup on our skin. But yeah, now I'm just pressing that powder into my skin, and now I'm doing a little bit of contouring with Black Radiance's, I think this is a bronzer or contour powder, but I really, really like their powders. So now I'm bronzing with e.l.f.'s Duo Blush Bronzer using this Real Techniques powder brush, and now I'm just dusting all of that powder away using Revlon's powder brush. Now I'm back onto the eyes, and I'm just going to take this Marc Jacobs eye kohl, and I'm just going to place that in my waterline and my lower waterline, and I'm going to smoke that out with that same Koji shade from the Magic Palette by Juvia's Place, just to make it appear a little more smoky and dramatic and all that good stuff. And so now I'm going to set my face using the Mario Rose Water just to melt all that goodness together. And I'm going to do a little bit of inner corner highlighting with the shade Nubia from that same Juvia's Place palette. And I really, really, really love this eyeshadow. Like, it just adds so much oomph, you know? It just looks good. It just looks good. And so now I'm going to highlight. And this is the Milani Tantastic Face and Body Bronzer, but this don't look like no bronzer on me. So I just use it to highlight. I'm gonna highlight under my brow, the bridge of my nose. I think I highlighted my cupid's bow a little bit. And I'm gonna highlight my face, or my cheekbones, of course. So I'm going to move on to the lips, and I've already lined them with a brown lip liner, and I paired it with NYX's Intense Butter Gloss in the shade Peanut Brittle, and that basically completes this look. I hope y'all enjoyed, and don't forget to check out Trisha's video and subscribe to her channel. The link is below in the description box, and I'll see y'all next time.